The NFC South seemingly is wide open this season with three teams very bunched in regards to the future odds to win the division from Bovada Sportsbook. And we'll kick it off with a team that's right now the favorite going in. A team that really had a down year last year, and it cost their head coach Mike Smith their job. However, the Atlanta Falcons coming in after hiring Dan Quinn should have a very improved defense. Quinn, of course, a defensive guru, and they brought in some great free agent signings, and that's why they're coming in at 2-1 to win this division right now from Bovada Sportsbook. Brooks Reed, Adrian Claiborne, Justin Durant, all in a Falcons uniform. It should be a very exciting time for the Dirty Birds on defense. And of course, they should still have one of the better offenses in the entire division as well. They could find their running game, which was absent last year. I'm absolutely on board with the Atlanta Falcons at 2-1 to win this division right now. However, they will have some competition this year. Obviously, the Carolina Panthers coming in also at 2-1 is a very big issue for them this season. And even though some people are projecting the Carolina Panthers to be down a little bit this year, I think that they had a great draft in drafting Shaq Thompson at linebacker, Devin Funches at wide receiver to go along that wide receiving core. Absolutely should have a big year. They spent all their money, obviously, on Cam Newton. But if Superman can have another great season and really bounce back and prove to everyone that he was worth all of that money and, of course, the #1 overall pick several years ago, I think the Carolina Panthers could threaten the Atlanta Falcons. Their defense still should be very, very good. But also at 2-1, I like the Falcons just a little bit better at the same price. So even though they should be pretty good, even though they definitely should be threatening to be back in the playoffs, I think the Falcons may be a little bit better of a play at 2-1 than the Carolina Panthers. Also, just under 2-1 at plus 225 is the New Orleans Saints. However, their offseason was not as exciting. Of course, through money issues, they had to trade away Jimmy Graham, Drew Brees' #1 overall target. They had to have some cost-saving measures, trading away some other guys, not being able to re-sign some guys. They did get C.J. Spiller, which should help the running game if he can stay healthy, but at plus 225 and with question marks behind their defense, I think they're well behind the Falcons and probably just behind the Carolina Panthers in this division. Bovada Sportsbook has them ranked pretty well at plus 225. Not ready to take the Saints just yet. I think it's going to be a wait-and-see approach with the Who Dat Saints down there in New Orleans. And finally, in the NFC South, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers come in at plus 650 to win this division. Of course, they have a quarterback this year in Jameis Winston. However, not much more, and probably not going to be much more than 5 or 6 wins for this club here this season. They still have some pretty good defensive guys here. Obviously on that line, Gerald McCoy, still one of the better defensive linemen in the entire NFL, but you need an entire 22 guys to on both sides of the football to win this division, and I'm not quite ready to say that the Tampa Bay Buccaneers are there just yet. Jameis Winston has tons of weapons on the offensive end. This team has the ability to do some things, and while I'm not against them as a long shot to win this division, just because of how wide open it is, I do think they are probably a little bit too much of a risk for my liking here. I like the Falcons just a little bit better than the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. But that'll do it for your NFC South preview. Make sure you check out some of my other divisional previews here in the NFC. But for SBR Forum Videos, I'm Jordan Sharp.